Hey guys, it's Holly. If you are new to my channel, welcome. I do a lot of cooking, travel, homeschooling, and motherhood videos. Today I am talking homeschooling and I am talking about my favorite read-alouds. And my inspiration for making this video was one of the comments that one of my viewers left behind asking if I would make a video sharing about some of my favorite read-alouds. Now, not too long ago, I did a video talking about our homeschool schedule, and I shared what our homeschooling schedule looks like on a spreadsheet that I make every year just to color code what our day looks like, what our week looks like for our homeschool schedule. And in that video, I shared how in the evenings we do read-alouds to our kids. And with that video, in those comments, I had gotten a request asking if I can share these favorite read-alouds. Now, I don't know if this was one of my subscribers, but hopefully this was one of my faithful viewers. I really hope this video delivers because honestly, I have so many favorite read-alouds that I can't even share them all in this video. But I thought I would at least share my top favorite read-alouds and also a book series that we use with our kids that have a lot of great read-alouds inside of them. When it comes to read-alouds for our kids, I mainly do the read-alouds to my younger kids. My husband, however, will do read-alouds to our two oldest. Now, my three older kids all know how to read, and we encourage them to go back and read some of these books on their own. While we do the read-alouds with our kids, we still encourage them to, of course, do a lot of reading as well. But it is very important to do read-alouds to kids, and I really enjoy this time. I mean, we usually do it in the evenings because this is kind of our winding down time of the day. It really is a good way to just spend time with them. So, whether you are a homeschooling parent or not a homeschooling parent, reading aloud to your child, I think, is super important. And I really hope that, again, if you homeschool or not homeschool, that you will take this time when your child is younger, all the way up until, I don't know, even like middle school, to spend time reading to them. Obviously, once they become good readers, then, you could decide if you want to continue reading out loud to them. Right now, I'm going to go ahead and share with you my top favorite read-alouds, and these are all, in my opinion, classic literature. Now, I don't know if this is the proper definition of classic literature, but in my own opinion, I think this is all classic literature, and they are books that you should either own in your home or at least go pick up at the library and read them to your kids because they're just such great stories and such great writing. Anyhow, let me get into it right now and share with you my favorite read-alouds for kids. One of my favorites is Mary Poppins. I mean, Mary Poppins, the movie, is always fun, but the book itself that the movie was based upon is a great read aloud to the kids. Now, again, I'm not sure if these are classic literature or not, but they're classic for me, and they're just great stories. So Mary Poppins is one. Heidi is another one of my favorites. Heidi was a story that I remember hearing my parents read when we were growing up. So it just holds a special place in my heart, and it is just a fun story to read to my kids. Tom Sawyer is definitely a classic and is one of my favorites. I have read this to my kids, and recently my 9-year-old son just read it to himself. Another great one is The Secret Garden. Again, a lot of these books are more female focused because I do have 3 girls. These are books that I enjoy, stories that I enjoy. So here's another great one, The Little House Collection. I think everyone should own The Little House Collection. Now, we don't actually have the whole entire collection. We only have up to book 5, but if that's all you can get, then this is going to cover a lot, and they're all going to be great stories. I mean, these are American classics. I remember as a child sitting down and having my mom read these books to me and my siblings, so holds great memories for myself, and I love the fact that I could pass down the memories of reading out loud these to my kids. And then there is the Chronicles of Narnia books. This is actually 7 books in one. This is not just one book here. I wouldn't even read this whole thing, but The Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe is one of the books in here, and that to me is a book that every parent should read to their kids or have their kids read when they're old enough Just such a great story. So definitely, if you don't own The Language in the Wardrobe, go and check it out at the library. It is such a great story. It is such a great read aloud, and it is up there with my top favorites. And last, I want to share with you this amazing resource for read alouds to your kids. These books here, this one's called What Your First Grader Needs to Know, but they have these books for first grade, second grade, third grade, fourth grade, fifth grade, and sixth grade. And so whatever grade your child is in, you can get one of these books and have so many great stories to read. A lot of classic literature and a lot of nonfiction, a lot of history, art, science. This book covers a lot. I'm going to do a video later on explaining why we love this book for our homeschooling, but I definitely wanted to share this because it has so much available inside. You can see right here that there is a section in this book for language and literature. Every book, depending upon which grade level it is, will have a lot of classical stories in it. Of course, a lot of these stories were familiar. We might have even owned some of these books, but there was a lot of new stories that I had never even heard of. And it was really cool to be able to learn about some of these classic stories. That is really why we like these particular books. It has been ideal for doing read alouds for all the classic stories we wanted to have our kids hear growing up. You can see right now just a few of the stories that they have in this book, and this is the first grader book. The history and geography section of this book is really nice to have for read alouds because not only am I able to spend that time reading aloud to my kids, but actually teach them at the same time. I personally love history and geography, and the fact that I can use my read aloud time to teach my kids is definitely a bonus. You can see in these books they have great illustrations, but like I said, I'm going to be doing a future deep dive of this whole book series, so I'll get into that later. Please stay tuned for that upcoming video. That is why we love these books for our read alouds, and it is a great investment to have for homeschooling or not homeschooling parents. Well, anyhow, that is all I wanted to share as far as my top favorite books for read alouds for my kids, and I definitely hope that this gives you some great ideas. Again, a lot of these books, a lot of these stories are kind of a given. Maybe nothing is new to you, but I would love to learn about some great read alouds. Please, if you can, put your favorite read alouds in the comments below and share with me why you love a certain book. Give me ideas because I definitely have more years ahead of reading out loud to my kids, and I would love to get some future reads that I can be doing with them, or even having my kids read, because that is important to have them eventually reading on their own a lot. If you enjoyed this video or got anything out of it, please hit the like button. Thank you so much for watching, and may you have a beautiful day.